Hi guys, welcome you all. So first of all, I really thankful for being here to listen me about this. So basically, मैं Nakul Deshmukh from IBS. I would like to welcome you all for this kind of live session that we are planned today. And basically, for the next 5 days, I will going to help you to know more about the sharings and all. So, am I audible to everyone? Guys, am I audible to everyone? Can you please reply me in comment? Yes, guys. Okay. So please reply in me chat. Am I audible, everyone? Okay, good. Aarti, thank you. Apurva, Yankit, Neeraj, thank you. So So here, Neeraj, I will comes to each and everyone how the things are going to be manipulated and will going to be reply each and every question. So before starting to this, let me explain you how the things are going to be work out about the resume making. So you are getting the multiple posts into the group that we are formed, and within that you might be applying or sharing the resumes to the other peoples as well. So basically what happened when we are going to be shared the resumes with the other peoples, so may some companies will visualize that, or may some company will agree with that, or may some companies not. Okay, तो बेसिकली प्रॉब्लम्स ये है कि हम लोग अगर मल्टीपल जगह अप्लाई कर रहे हैं लेकिन हमारा अगर रिज्यूम शॉर्टलिस्ट नहीं हो रहा है, so we just need to find out the reason behind that. So what exactly a reason behind that, how the things need to be manipulated, how must our resume will look like, from where I can download the documents required for the resumes, what section I need to put over there, how I can make my resume more and more effective, that each and everything we are going to be talk today. So basically in meanwhile, if you have any question, you can just ask me in chat as well. Continue, the chat is on towards me and I can reply you on your questions as well. So see, the today's session is specifically planned for making the first step, whenever you are going to be applied. So I hope Hindi is okay to all of you, because some students are from the south, those who are also joined. So is it okay to all of you? Please reply. Yes guys, okay okay, चलो that's good. So basically देखिए, अगर हम लोग रिज्यूम की बात करते हैं तो रिज्यूम इज एन वन ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट, और इसे हम लोग सीवी भी बोलते हैं, ओके, और इसे पोर्टफोलियो भी कहा जाता है, ओके, और प्रोफाइल भी कहा जाता है. वी कॉल इट एज एन व्हाट, वी कॉल इट एज एन प्रोफाइल एज वेल. सो बेसिकली जब हम लोग बात करते हैं for its execution about the resume or CV or profile, so this is an one document which represent you in a system of any company. ओके अब जब MNCs की अगर हम लोग बात करें तो व्हाट द थिंग गेटिंग टू बी वर्कआउट इनटू द MNCs. सो MNCs में क्या होता है, इन MNCs you comes to know about there are the different kinds of tools, okay, those who are going to be analyze your resume. okay, बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी में 2-3 हज़ार रिज्यूमे सीवीज आ जाते हैं एक दिन में. सो व्हाट हैपेंड, द पीपल्स आर गोइंग टू बी एनालाइज, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी एनालाइज द रिज्यूम मैन्युअली. और एक स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री अगर है, एक छोटी कंपनी अगर है, तो दैट विल एनालाइज द रिज्यूम मैन्युअली. लेकिन अगर बिग MNCs की बात करें तो दे विल एनालाइज द रिज्यूम बाय यूजिंग सिंपल एंटिटी, दैट इज द थिंग्स गेटिंग टू वर्कआउट विद सर्टन टूल्स एज वेल. तो टूल्स की अगर हम लोग बात करें तो देयर आर द n नंबर्स ऑफ टूल्स दोज हु आर फिल्टरिंग योर रिज्यूमे बाय लुकिंग टुवर्ड द प्रोग्रामिंग स्किल. इसीलिए मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आपका जब आप सीवी बनाते हो तो सीवी बनाते समय उसमें मोस्ट प्रोबेबली टेक्सचुअल कंटेंट होना चाहिए एज कम्पेयर टू इमेजेस कंटेंट. तो इमेज का कंटेंट थोड़ा हमेशा आप लोग कम रखेंगे. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल हम लोग बहुत सारे रिज्यूम्स में देखते हैं पीपल्स आर पुटिंग दे आर नाइस फोटोज onto the top of resume. okay, so basically that will not necessary thing you need to add in CV. so अगर वो नहीं भी रहता है तो कोई इशू नहीं है, you can just go directly onto the execution of CV. so basically there are the two formats of the CV. so see, अगर हम लोग CV की बात करें तो there are the two formats of the CV. one is called as horizontal CV and one is called as vertical CV. okay, one we call it as an what, one we call it as an horizontal CV. एक टाइप जो होता है वो हॉरिजॉन्टल सीवी का होता है और दूसरा टाइप जो होता है वो वर्टिकल सीवी का होता है. सो व्हाट इट मींस बाय वर्टिकल सीवी, आई विल शो यू द बोथ टेम्पलेट. सो एक होता है हॉरिजॉन्टल और दूसरा होता है वर्टिकल. ओके, सो इन वर्टिकल यू कैन अलाइन द कंटेंट लाइक दिस वन. सो हियर यू कैन अलाइन द कंटेंट लाइक दिस एज वेल. ओके, हम लोग यहाँ पे कंटेंट्स को इस तरीके से अलाइन करते हैं. हमारा जो भी डिटेल्स होता है, लाइक वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट माय एक्सपीरियंस, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द एजुकेशन, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्किल्स, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्रोजेक्ट, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द अचीवमेंट, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द हॉबीज. एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी मेंशन ओवर हियर इन द टू फॉर्मेट. दो फॉर्मेट में आप लोग उसे मेंशन कर सकते हैं. एक फॉर्मेट होता है हॉरिजॉन्टल, दूसरा फॉर्मेट होता है वर्टिकल. ओके, एक फॉर्मेट होता है हॉरिजॉन्टल, दूसरा फॉर्मेट होता है वर्टिकल. तो व्हाट आर द पॉइंट्स माय सीवी मस्ट कंटेन. ओके, मेरे सीवी में क्या पॉइंट्स बेसिकली होने चाहिए, वेयर आई नीड टू फोकस अ लॉट, हाउ आई नीड टू वर्क आउट विद दिस. सो बेसिकली इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस वी हैव टू डील विद अ सिंपल वे. क्या करना है हम लोगों को, देखिए सबसे पहले तो सम इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स दैट मस्ट बी इन आवर सीवी विच इज इम्पॉर्टेंट इन माई पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, और उसका जो सीक्वेंस होता है व्हाट मस्ट बी माई सीक्वेंस. ओके, सो आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू बी टॉक अबाउट दैट सम पॉइंट्स. जो पहला पॉइंट है, we have to update about the skills in our CV. Your skills must be there, then your education must be there. Thirdly, if I am talking about the projects, that must be there. It might be the academic project or industrial project you are did, that might be there. Then we are talking about the experience as well, so we have to mention the experience over there as well, so which is also important to be did. Then one more entity we need. So what the entity we need to be deal as compared as a experience, we need the achievements as well. Okay, so that we need to put as well. And sixth point, which is not too much mandatory, but if you have a space you can add that one, that is called as hobbies as well. Okay, so what are the entities you have to deal, what are the entities you have to execute. So we need the skill, we need the education, we need the project, we need the experience, we need the achievements, we need the hobby. इन डेप्थ मैं हर चीज़ को एक्सप्लेन करूंगा कि किस तरीके से आपको आपका सीवी का फॉर्मेट रखना है, कहाँ से शुरुआत करनी है, कैसे शुरुआत करनी है, व्हाट मस्ट बी द टॉप कंटेंट. तो सबसे पहले वी कैन स्टार्ट विद द टेम्पलेट. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल व्हेन यू आर ट्राइंग टू मेक योर रिज्यूमे और सीवी, First of all, you are look for the cool template. Okay, so why we are looking for the cool template? Because that must be look attractive and it must be focusable for the recruiters. Recruiter उसे easily वर्कआउट कर सके, easily execute कर सके. That is the thing we just need to do into the what, into the template. So templates are of different types and there are the different tools are also available to choose the template as well. Okay, so एक famous tool मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगा that you can deal, that you can go on Google Doc as well, which is important, which is the way you can download. On Google Doc you are getting the n numbers of formats for the CV. ओके इसके अलावा आप कैनवा भी यूज कर सकते हैं, यू कैन यूज द कैनवा, और अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू कैन यूज द एनी टेम्पलेट एडिटर विच इज रिक्वायर्ड बाय यू गाइस. ओके, सो इन गूगल डॉक्स आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू बी सर्च अबाउट गूगल डॉक्स resume. Here I am just going to be search about google.resume. So what the entity we are getting here, we are just getting the different kinds of resume templates. Okay, अब जैसे मैंने पहले बोला था, this is a kind of horizontal resume and this is a kind of vertical resume. This is a kind of horizontal resume, ये horizontal को represent करता है और ये vertical को represent करता है. So these are the two types of resumes or two types of CVs we can. You can go for this both, not worry about this. You can go for mentioning your information horizontally or you can go for mentioning your information vertically as well. So secondly, when we are talking about the putting the information, how we have to put, which sections we have to marks first, whether we have to marks the this skill, whether we have to mark the education, whether we have to mark the project, whether we have to mark the experience, whether we have to mark the achievements, whether we have to mark the hobbies first. कौन सी चीज़ हम लोगों को सबसे पहले मार्क करनी है, विच नीड टू बी अंडरस्टैंड अगेन. ओके, उसे भी हम लोग को प्रॉपरली अंडरस्टैंड करना है. तो हम लोग उसे अंडरस्टैंड कैसे करेंगे, क्या सीक्वेंस होना चाहिए. तो देखिए यहाँ पे एक चीज़ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आइडेंटिफाई योर प्लस एंड माइनस. ओके, विच इज टू मच इंपॉर्टेंट टू आइडेंटिफाई योर प्लस पॉइंट्स and minus point, what exactly over there into the plus point and what exactly over there into the minus point, both we need to identify first. So whatever the plus point I have, I am just going to be put that plus point at the top. Okay, whatever the plus point you have, you can put that plus point at the top and you just have to mention that plus points properly. ओके, उस प्लस पॉइंट्स को आपको प्रॉपरली मेंशन करें. अगर मेरा एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ही अच्छा है या फिर मेरे स्किल्स बहुत अच्छे हैं, so I will focus firstly at the top skills. If my education is too good, means I secured the good rank in my education, so I put my education at the top. If my projects are very good, I did the projects very well, I work out with the projects very well, then I can focus on projects. If I'm talking about the experience, my experience, I have a good experience of internships or I have a good experience to be work out in any company, then I can put the experience. Achievements, if I are achieve the anything into your college, like you might be achieved certain competitions, you work out with the certain competitions, you deal with the certain competitions, then it is okay to go on that as well. It is okay to go on that. So this is an entity you can deal, this is an entity you can execute when we are talking about the execution of this projects. So here how the thing we just have to deal, how the thing we just have to execute, what are the ways we have to deal, what are the ways we have to execute. तो सबसे पहले तो मैं टेम्पलेट डाउनलोड करूँगा and accordingly to that I can start working on that. So I will tell you the format of this, how you can mention these all, how you can work out with these all. So you can download the any template, you might want to deal with this, so you can download the template from the Google, use this template. I just go over there, it will ask me to wait for the 10 to 9 seconds and then it just going to be start downloading of that particular template. तो whenever आप लोगों को जब भी कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन मेंशन करनी है, तो आप लोगों को एक चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी है कि इन्फॉर्मेशन मेंशन करते समय इसका जो सीक्वेंस है वो प्रॉपर होना चाहिए. अगर मैं स्किल्स की बात करूँ तो यू कैन ऐड द प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, व्हाट यू कैन ऐड इन अ एवरी सेक्टर. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू अबाउट दैट, व्हाट वी कैन ऐड इन अ एवरी सेक्शन. सो यहाँ पे अगर मैं स्किल्स की बात करूँ तो व्हाट आई कैन ऐड इन अ स्किल्स, स्किल्स में हम लोग क्या ऐड करेंगे, वी कैन ऐड द एंटिटी लाइक यू मे ऐड दी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस लाइक सी, सी प्लस प्लस, जावा, पाइथन, जो भी चीज़ें आप लोगों को पता है वो आप लोग यहाँ पे ऐड करेंगे. सेकेंडली टॉकिंग अबाउट द टूल्स यू नो, ओके, जो भी टूल्स आप लोगों को पता है, वॉट एवर द टूल्स यू नो, दैट टूल्स आर गोइंग टू बी वर्कआउट विद दिस. हम लोग वहाँ पे टूल्स को ऐड करेंगे. वी जस्ट हैव टू डील विद द सिंपल काइंड्स ऑफ टूल्स अबाउट दी you might be talking about the VS Code, you might be talking about the GitHub, you might be talking about the Docker, you might be talking about some other tools that you know that you have to mention inside the skills. Okay, that is a one section you have to mention. Secondly, अगर मैं education की बात करूँ तो how I have to mention the education. Education का format क्या होना चाहिए? जैसे first of all your degree, whatever the degree you are completed, you might be completed the BE or BTech, in bracket you completed with the computer science, so write down the full form of that. Computer science, what is the format? Okay, I'm just explaining about that. Then give the dash, your college name, you have to mention the college name, and then your score with year. Okay, score with year. Likewise, you have to mention what? You have to just mention the things like this. Okay, you have to mention your degree, you have to mention your in bracket you have to pass what are the stream you was applied, and according to that you just have to deal, accordingly to that you just have to work out. उसके तरीके से आप लोग इसे वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं, एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं. And I just got the one file which will representing in PPTX format, and I got that one. See, this is. और सबसे important चीज, the important thing is that your resume must be of one page always, not more than one page. Keep this entity into your mind. Your resume must be of one page. So if I want to edit my resume, how I can edit my resume? I just write down here Nakul Deshmukh like this. Then here you have to maintain the two things. You can mention email ID and contact number, because which is important, or email ID, whenever you are going to put the email ID, keep one thing into your mind. It must be a proper format. Okay, or email ID must be a working email ID, and don't commit any mistake in that. Then you have to mention your contact number just like this, +91-9404689-440. So here you just have to mention about this one. Okay, so I just align this all content at the left. Whatever the GitHub link I have, so you just have to put that GitHub link over here. Okay, or LinkedIn account you can mention here. LinkedIn account you just have to mention, but keep one thing into your mind, that account must be active and some kind of information about you or about your project must be fetched over there. Okay, about this must be fetched over there. Then here you can add your GitHub account if you have, and you have to put the complete link over there. Okay, keep this thing into your mind. Whenever you just want to deal about this, you just have to work out. Now if you are have a good experience about the internship and you develop the good project, जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ आप लोगों को कि जो पॉइंट आपके लिए अट्रैक्टिव है ना, उसे टॉप में रखिए. ओके, जो पॉइंट आपके स्किल्स को, जो आपका प्लस पॉइंट है, जैसे कि आपने प्रोजेक्ट्स डेवलपमेंट में गुड अचीवमेंट की है, या फिर आपने कुछ इंटर्नशिप्स की है, प्रॉपरली की है, तो मेंशन हियर द एक्सपीरियंस. यानी ये जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस वाला सेक्शन है ये टॉप में आएगा. अगर मुझे लगता है कि नहीं मेरा प्लस पॉइंट मेरा एजुकेशन है, तो यू कैन मेंशन द एजुकेशन एट द टॉप. विद इन दैट, एज आई टोल्ड यू, एक लाइन में भी आप लिख सकते हो, एंड यू जस्ट राइट डाउन लाइक नेम ऑफ कॉलेज, लोकेशन, यू आर कंप्लीटेड द बैचलर ऑफ साइंस. हाँ, और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज यहाँ पे आपको क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर से ही सब कुछ लिखना है. यू हैव टू राइट डाउन ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इन अ क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर. Chronological order means what? Whatever the thing you are completed right now, if you are completed the BTech, if you are completed the BCA, if you are graduate in MCA, if you are graduated in BE, so mention that one first. Below of that you can go for HSC, and below of that you can go for SSC. So that is up to you what you want to mention. तो यहाँ पे काम करते समय आप लोगों को एक चीज ध्यान में रखनी है, you just have to mention the things accordingly to the chronological order. Once you are done with that, you can go for your next point, that is as I told you like skills. मैं तो रेफर करूँगा कि skills आपके सबसे ऊपर होने चाहिए. Means what? I just mention here my skills. Okay, what are the skills I have? I have been talking about the languages. अगर मैं languages की बात करूँ, so I just mention myself languages. So write down here, I know about the C, I know about the C++, I know about the Java. Okay, talking about the tools, so what I did, I just remove this text from here. I just mentioning my skills, what are the skills I have, and थोड़ा सा properly मैं इसे arrange कर सकता हूँ. And talking about the vision and missions, that we don't need to mention over there. So languages, we just mention the language over here. Then What the next entity I put here? I'm talking about the tools that I know. If I know about the I know about the Android Studio. I know about the let's say Docker, which is the latest one into the market right now. I know about the cloud computing. I know about the cloud. Okay, so you just have to mention that tools over there. Why I'm telling you to mention these tools over there? Because whenever you are going to be work out with, or when your resume will be going a system of MNCs, so there are the predefined tools which will identify the keywords into your resume. Okay, whatever the skills you are mentioned, because there are not a manual process to identify this. Most of the peoples are going on to the, or most of the companies are using the link tools to identify. So that tools will identify your key skill. If you know about this tools, then talking about the technology that you know, just I know about the all Android. I know about the machine learning. I just mentioned that one. I know about the machine learning, and formatting must be good. Okay, machine learning. I have a knowledge of data science, so I mentioned that one as over there into the data science. Okay, so that is the way you have to deal. That is the way you have to execute. Then coming to the next section that you have to add, that is an experience, or that is an education. So if you have a good experience into your internship, then mention your title. Experience title means what was the role you are performing over there. Suppose you are work as an intern, or just write down here software developer intern, then mention the company name. Suppose your work at ibase, so I just write down here ibase, ELECTROSOFT and write down the location of the company, where it is in Pune, and write down the dates of employment. If you are working from certain date to certain date, so you have to mention over there what are the dates you have. Means let's start from December 2023 till currently you are working. Suppose, so you just mention here current. Okay, or till right now you can mention. Okay, so currently you are working. If you have an roles and responsibility, what this section will represent, what are your roles, and if you have a good space in your resume, you can add it point wise. Else you can mention I develop the web-based project which are developed by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, बूटस्ट्रैप. तो बेसिकली आपको यहाँ पे ये भी मेंशन करना है 2 या 3 लाइन में कि व्हाट द प्रोजेक्ट्स यू आर डेवलप, मीन्स व्हाट वाज योर जॉब रोल over there as an intern, what you are write down or what you are develop over there. You might be develop the you might be work out onto the machine learning, you might be work out onto some other things. So that is the thing getting to be work out, that is the thing getting to be executed when we are going to be work out for its execution. So you have to keep this thing into your mind when we are dealing with this एक्सपीरियंस सेक्शन. स्किल्स का हो गया, एक्सपीरियंस का हो गया, एंड एजुकेशन जैसे मैंने बोला है कि मेंशन द थिंग्स एज इट इज, लाइक मेंशन योर डिग्री, देन बीटेक कंप्यूटर साइंस. नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्रोजेक्ट्स. प्रोजेक्ट्स की अगर मैं बात करूँ, ओके, इफ यू वांट टू बिल्ड अप द प्रोजेक्ट, what you have to mention, if you are build up the certain kinds of project, where you have to mention here the university project, that is an academic project, we call it as an. So what must be you have to mention, but keep one thing into your mind, mention the things that you know only. Okay, what I'm telling you, see, resume is nothing but the complete description of you. It represents you in a firm, it represents you in a company. So keep one thing into your mind. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दी सम प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड यू डोंट नो अबाउट दैट प्रोजेक्ट और यू डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट दैट प्रोजेक्ट. So mention that project in which you are confident, because whenever you are going for the interview, in that case the interviewer definitely raise the question about the project that you are mentioned into your CV. So what you have to mention over there, so you have to mention the project title, whatever the title you are submitted, and just give the 2 line description only about your project. Don't go in a too depth or 4 or 5 lines. Okay, recruiter don't have time to read about that. Just mention what your project will do, what the problem statement you are cover, and what is your role in that. So suppose I completed the project in machine learning, that is crop recommendation system. So crop recommendation system is the title of the project, and here I utilize the machine learning algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression to recommend a particular crop to the farmer based on the parameters in a soil and weather condition by using the certain weather API and soil API. Just mention that one on this. Okay, so you have to keep the things about the project section like this, and you can just maintain that one by using the different ways. Not like to be that key experience must be at the top or skill must be at the top. My recommendation is that put the experience at the top. Then second point you have to mention, this is my recommendation. Okay, I am just recommend you. So what are the sequences of these all points? These are the all points that you have to mention. Last 6 point is not mandatory to put. If it is okay for you, like if there is a space in a resume, at the place of hobbies you can put your activities as well, that you are participated in some kind of professional events, you are participated in hacker rank, you are participated in some NCC competition, you get the gold medal in that. Okay, that also you can put into the activities. Okay, so here when we are talking about this section, so what are the sequences you have to follow? Accordingly to me, the first things must be a experience. Okay, first at top you have to mention the experience. That may be the experience of internship, or that may be the experience of anything where you are work for 6 months or 2 months or 3 months, and in experience you must have to put the each and everything clearly. What was your job role, what are the roles and responsibility you was handled. Second thing, you have to put about the skills that you have, like talking about the programming languages, talking about the technologies, what are the things you are what are the learning technologies you have. So apart from that you can mention the many more things, like how the technologies are going to be how the technologies you are learned. So you have to mention that entities over here inside the skill. You have to mention the tools. If you haven't developed or work out with any project, that also necessary laterally I will tell you where you have to represent that one. Okay, so that is the second thing you have to mention. Third thing, mention about your project. Now what are the projects you are developing in your academic or in your internship, mention that project. But project title must be there and 2 line of description must be there. Okay, it won't like that you are putting the complete abstract of the project. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कुछ भी देना है तो दे दो. No, it is important. See, as I told, as I am telling you, it's important to get shortlisted your resume, and it is depend on the numbers of things. Because one thing in your hand, that we can only pass the resume to the different companies. Okay, only pass the resume to the different companies. So that we have to mention over here, that we have to deal over here. That is the third thing you have to keep in the mind. After this, experience you are put, skills you are put. Fourth point, you have to mention your education. Why I am putting the education at the fourth point? Because see, whenever you are going to be apply for anything, there are the certain kind of criteria given, like BE BTech students can apply, MSc MCA students can apply. So these are the different kind of criteria are given. So what that criteria mention, that criteria getting to be worked out with the entity, like they are defining to the recruiter that particular candidate is a graduated in particular particular stream like BE BTech, that is getting to be worked out, and they told you these are the graduation. So education will be not matter, because that will be the latter part. If your skills are okay, then and only then the interviewer will focus on your education, else they will ignore about it. Okay, so that is not a big thing to be deal. Then you have to go for fifth thing, that you can mention about your achievements. If you have a certain kind of certification, one more point you can add, that is a certifications, which is also important. If you have certain valuable certifications from reputed organizations, then and only then mentions this point. Okay, else, and if it is a technical certification like I am talking about, don't mention that I just attended the workshop and get the certificate in that. Okay, so you have to mention if you have just a good certification, like you are hands-on experience of the particular things, you are developer or win the certain kinds of competition and you win the hacker rank certificate in that. Okay, so you get some kind of topmost Google certificate in that. So that is important to be deal or mention into the certification. Else don't mention anything into the part of certification, which is important to be deal, which is important to be worked out. Okay, then I am coming to the sixth point, that is the achievements you have. Whatever the achievements you have, you just have to mention that achievements. Achievements means whether you got the first rank somewhere, whether you are the topper of university or like that one experience, that you have to mention over here. Okay, here you have to mention the things like this one. Okay, and then if you are get the space, and then if you are get the good space in resume, then and then only mention the hobbies, else we not necessary to mention the hobbies, which is important to be keep into the mind. Okay, when we are talking about this, so deal the things are going to be deal with this one. These are the points getting to be worked out, these are the points getting to be executed when we are talking about this complete resume makings. Okay, so for analysis of the resume, you can share the resume with me as well. Okay, so that is the way we must have to build up the resume. Your contact number must be a working. Sometime what happened, the recruiter will going to be call you regarding to the certain interviews, so at that time your numbers getting not reachable. So please keep this thing into your mind when you are going to be talk about this all. Okay guys, so that is all from my end about the making of resume, and you just have to mention about the resumes as per the given. So any question you have or you would like to ask regarding to this, please free to ask in a chat. Waiting for your uh, these questions, will answer you. Yes, Atul, Achal, Mahesh, Apurva, Arti, Neeraj, anything into your mind, please free to ask. Mention that, and I'm working as a software trainer. Yes, 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 yes. We Ayush, please ping me personally also. If you are mentioned that you are working as a software trainer, as a at the place of that trainer, you can mention like one position is there. We call it as an like training associate train like. What do you call assistant assistant trainer, you can mention like this. I not remind that post specifically, the trainer assistant or like that you can mention, but if you are working, definitely you have to mention. Okay, Ayush, clear now? Mention whatever the things you have, you just have to mention that one. And also Ayush, please contact me personally. Okay, if you are working as a trainer, this is my contact number. Okay, which is also available in WhatsApp group, so please contact me on this number, Ayush. Yes, any more questions apart from this? TA we called it, as in that post is called as TA, training assistant, also called. Can I mention the certification that one I have completed the software testing course? Yes, yes, definitely use Aarti. As you are completed the course from the iBase, mention that one, and please be in a group, because some testing jobs are also going to become soon. Okay, we are approaching some companies as well, which will help you to go on this as well. Yes, Aarti, you can mention that one. You can mention it as an internships as well. It's better to mention the internship as compared to the course. Yes, anyone else? Shubham, yeah, definitely I will share. Yes, anyone else have anything about this? To whatever the questions you have, please free to ask. So no questions. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for listening me carefully about this. Okay, so stay tuned with this, and we are planning for the tomorrow session. Tomorrow we are going to be talk about some questions in Java. For the next 5 days we are going to be conduct the sessions. Okay, so tomorrow you can just view about the Java. I just give for the basic ideas how to run the Java programs if you don't have an idea to be know about this. So tomorrow we'll going to be work out on this. Every day we are just going to be take the same kind of sessions. So please stay tuned with the IBase for the next entities, and very soon we'll trying to get more opportunities to be get blessed. Every day we are trying to put you some drive links, so everyone please apply. And if you are getting the any responses on your mail, please send to us, please send to us. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for attending me. So bye bye, good day, take care. Very soon I will share the format of the resume with you guys. Then bye bye, good day, take care guys. Thanks for watching the IBase. Yeah, Neeraj, I not answer about it, Neeraj. Yeah, it's also the good to join for the CDAX also. Okay, so you can check for these opportunities at the CDAC, what the hiring ratios they have right now, and according to that, you can take the decision, Neeraj. Okay, so you was just asked the question at the beginning, but I was unable to reply you. So Neeraj, you can ping me on the WhatsApp as well. I shared the number. Will help you on that. That whether it is good to go for this CDAC or not. But before proceeding to this, just check for the placement ratios for the this year into the CDACs as well, so that you can get benefited. Also check for the other things like fees and all. Okay, Neeraj, got it? So anyone else have any kind of questions? Please free to ask. पूछ सकते हैं आप. Okay, thank you very much for listening to the IBIS. Bye bye. Good day. Take care, guys.